I'm Carolina Vanetti with Press Pass LA, and we are here tonight in Hollywood at the John Ritter Foundation for Aortic Health, and we are about to talk to our favorite celebrities about why they're coming out to support the cause. Sorry, how did you get involved with the John Ritter Foundation?
Well, I've been very close to his family for over 20 years, and I worked with him and loved him like a father, and I'm just very happy to be here to support this place and to support the family, and I'm always here for John.
How did you get involved with the John Ritter Foundation?
Well, I've known John. I knew John for a long time, before I even met Amy, actually. He was the first person to put me on the stage in Connecticut when he came through our town to do a play. And so I fell in love with him right away. And when he passed away, he had such a beautiful heart. The fact that it was his heart that gave out really made it all the more painful for everyone. And that's why so many people showed up to support this foundation tonight, because they're an amazing foundation. They don't just provide education and awareness, but they heavily involved in research. So they're really cutting edge in that department. So I'm very proud of the work that Amy's done.
How did you get involved with the John Ritter Foundation?
Well, John's was a very old friend of mine. Took me in when I was young, and Jason's is still a really good friend of mine. And Kaley, Cuoco, and I were dating while she was working with John, so we hung out a lot in the later years of his life. Was with him the day that he passed, and so the foundation's always been important to me. And so I come every year, I sit with Kaley, and we catch up, and it's a fun night.
So what brings you to the John Ritter Foundation this evening?
Well, I think every actor wants to be John Ritter. Are you kidding me? One of the funniest guys, one of the best timing ever. I've loved him ever since I watched him growing up. And I was fortunate to become friends with Amy Yasbeck. And Amy went ahead and started this foundation to help the tragedy that happened to John not happen to anybody else. So that kind of grassroots effort, talk about using your star power and any notoriety for a good cause. Amy's done exactly that, rolling up her sleeves and making this happen. And anything I can do to support that, I'm all in.
How did you start the foundation? What catapulted this?
When John died in 2003 of a misdiagnosed aortic dissection, turns out he didn't have to die from it. People live all the time when they have the correct diagnosis, right? And then before an emergency situation like John's, you can be aware of it because it is very often genetic. So family history is really, really a huge thing. The money that we make for the foundation is spent on education, awareness, and research, genetic research, which has really kind of moved the needle in the world of cardiovascular disease.
This must be so special for you because it's for your father. How does it feel to show up in support of him?
It's an honor. It's a little bit of a responsibility, and that can be a little scary to assume a role of teaching people something that I myself am still learning about. When he passed of aortic thoracic disease, I didn't know what an aorta was, and I was an adult. I was 18. Now, 20 plus years later, I'm still learning, but I've at least found my spot. I have a role here where I can help people find the right people who can teach them, who can help them live healthier lives. We always have fun at these events, the Evening from the Heart. This is the third one in LA, I believe, and I always feel honored to have a role in it.
How did you first get involved with the John Ritter Foundation?
Through Amy, of course. I was aware after John's passing of the circumstance of his passing and how tragic that was, that there wasn't enough information about aortic dissection, that perhaps he might have still been with us for some time after. And when Amy decided that she would form the foundation in order to put information out there about this rare and somewhat unusual condition so that people know that they can be tested, they can find out if they are vulnerable to it or in fact have it, and take care of themselves. That information and education, scientific information being shared from someone with such a full heart as Amy, that was her decision to help people know, have the information that they need to be happy and healthy.
Heather, what brings you out tonight and how did you get involved with the John Ritter Foundation?
Well, my very good friend, Ashley Jones, she's part of this organization, and she invited a bunch of us B&B people out to help raise a lot of money and have a good time, but mostly like bring attention to this foundation and this cause.
Thank you for watching our videos on Press Pass LA. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe so we can keep bringing you content like this.